Oh, he's met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I'll decide what's important. You've been with C-Sec a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
Of course.
One of the options is personal crap, not interested.
Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
I think not. You don't even know what you just missed.
Get out of here.
We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
That is hella pink. Wow. His nipple's not lighting up. That's his face. His face is a giant nipple.
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
Oh, that's a bit fucking rude.
What do you want?
What's that you're drinking?
Human blood with cinnamon. Find someone else to bother.
Alright, so we're cracking back into Mass Effect 1 Legendary Edition. In last night's, well, no, 2 nights ago, in last session, we went to Feros, where there was a colony being possessed or mind-controlled by a thing called a Thorian, some kind of ancient plant type thing. We have now sorted them out. In between streams, I've gone and done some of the tedious, grindy stuff, and there is a lot of it in Mass Effect 1, so I've cleaned up some of that. One of which was going to a remote outpost to discover that the Exogeny Corporation that were responsible in the previous session for the Thorian experiments on humans, they had another research outpost that was being overrun by Thorian creepers. Got in there, cleaned that all up, and then the researchers didn't like the fact that they were caught. They offered me a bribe. I refused it, so they turned on me too. So we wiped out all the science team whilst we were there as well. So, yay. So, carrying forward into tonight's session, we're going to go with the main story mission in Noveria. First off, I've got to talk to a couple of team members, especially Tali and Wrex, because I've picked up a couple of pieces of items relevant to them in the random side grinding I've been doing. So let's go down and chat to Tali, because one of the side missions we had to do was eliminate a bunch of geth outposts in one of the systems, during which I've picked up some random geth data that Tali might be interested in, because she's a Quarian.
Shepard, I need to talk to you. It's important.
Oh.
Is something wrong?
You know the data you took from those geth control nodes? The information you uploaded to Alliance Control? I want a copy of it.
You want to bring this data back to the migrant fleet?
Those files have information that could be vital to our efforts to understand the geth. It could be the key to helping us reclaim our homeworld.
If I give you this data, your pilgrimage is over. You'll go back to your own people.
Not right away. I'll stay with you as long as it takes to stop Saren. But my people need this.
Okay.
It'll take years to decipher and analyze the data.
Maybe even decades, but it's worth the time. This information will give us new insight into how the geth have changed and evolved over the past centuries.
Go ahead, make a copy.
My people, I owe you a great debt, one I can never repay. The only thing I can offer in return is what you already have. My solemn promise to stay with you until Saren and his geth armies are defeated.
All right.
I never wanted anything more.
Thank you, Shepard.
Cool, so that was short but sweet. Anything else, Tali?
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Oh, what's wrong?
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me. Especially your chief engineer.
Good.
But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving. And the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have
Fair
to worry
enough.
about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
Yeah, maybe they don't want to go back.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
Very good.
I should go.
See you later.
Alright, thanks, Tali. Anything else to talk
Hey,
about?
Shepard.
Nope.
You need something?
I should go.
See you later.
Carry on. That engineering man.
Something I can do for you, Commander.
Nope.
Carry on, Adams.
Carry on, just checking in. Alright, let's chat to Wrex and Garrus. So after each story mission, it's always good to talk to your crew because that's when they unlock little more conversations and insights to themselves, and it saves banking them all up for later where then you've got like 20 minutes of nothing but conversation with the one person.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Oh, he's met
Why
him.
didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I'll decide what's important. Now tell me how you know Saren.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out.
Wise.
Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards, but they were no match for us.
Oh, don't go raiding freighter ships. That's naughty.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So long, Wrex.
Shepard.
Cool. So one of the things I picked up in our travels as well is some ancient rusted Krogan armor, but it had his family crest on it, I think.
Shepard?
I found this armor. Does it belong to you?
Let me see. Damn. This is it. Hard to believe my ancestors wore this piece of crap. But at least it's back where it belongs. Thanks, Shepard. I might be starting to like you after all.
Oh, we can't have that.
You getting soft on me, Wrex?
Just because I like you doesn't mean I wouldn't kill you.
Cool, thanks, Wrex. Alrighty, so let's just do a save. Alright, let's talk to Garrus and then we'll head on up.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating him?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the most of it harm pursued. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or a freak was hung organs from citizens.
Ugh.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the Psycho. I remember this one L-Corps diplomat we caught in my first year. He was hacking people up and selling their organs. Had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no turian livers, not one Krogan test.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage.
Oh,
It doesn't
no
work,
thanks.
but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set.
Yeah, because Krogans have 4 balls.
They're killing out there.
What'd you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threatening? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during... We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tube, walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly.
Oh.
Cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ would grow properly, just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Ugh.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostage.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualty if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. He just used them to more organs, but they wouldn't listen.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
I suppose I can see both sides. But what's done is done.
I suppose. Can't waste too much time worrying about it now.
Tough case.
Stop, that's all.
Do you have any idea what happened to Dr. Salion?
I sent out feelers from time to time, hoping to find something. I thought I'd found him a while back. He changed ships and changed his name to Dr. Hart, his idea of a joke. I told the military, but they weren't convinced it was him. I got the transponder frequency for his new ship, but I just can't get anyone to check it out.
I'll check out the coordinates when I get a chance.
I was hoping you'd say that. But Commander, take me with you when you go. If it's Salion, I want to be there when you find him.
Oh, so we got a hunting side mission. Garrus, find Dr. Salion. It's letting him escape the first time. I hope so you'll be able to track him down and bring him to justice. Oh, that's pretty cool. Might save that one for later. Alright, let's head back up to the main deck. Alright, let's run up. We've talked to Liara after the last mission already. Let's chat to Kaiden. Who will be up the stairs, won't he? It is embarrassing when you get lost in your own ship. Awkward stare.
Have some time to talk now, Commander.
Of course. Have a seat.
We've played it pretty close to the book so far, but we're a long way from backup. We've got some tough calls to make. I'm just saying, try to leave yourself a way out. I've seen what cutting corners can do, and I'd hate to have that happen to you, Shepard. Commander.
This a personal observation, Kaiden?
I don't want to step on anyone else's toes, especially if you're if I have misread your interests.
Someone? You're referring to our young Prothean expert.
Liara.
I think she's older than both of us put together, but yeah. There's a lower deck rumor that she's interested in you as more than a source of Prothean data. She's a very interesting lady. Not to my tastes, but I never claimed to be big on alien culture.
You seem awfully worried about my personal affairs.
We don't have much downtime these days. I like being around you, but I don't want to take up your personal time.
Look, there's nothing between Liara and me.
Oh, don't say...
Kaiden.
That's not what I meant to say.
Right. It wasn't, Liara's not my main concern. I'm not questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. Do you get my meaning?
Alenko, if you have one failure, it's an inability to speak directly.
Sorry. I'm not looking to dump any baggage, Shepard. You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
I kind of want to go back and redo that conversation.
I'm sure
It wasn't that. I've wasted enough of your time. I'd like that.
Get through that. Let's do... Shit, I didn't save. So we can blast through it. I don't want to be leading Kaiden on. The options are sometimes not clear enough when we click them.
Of course.
One of the options is personal crap, not interested.
I'm just saying, Commander.
It's a personal observation.
I don't want to step on it.
Someone?
There's a lower deck rumor that she's a very interesting lady. Not to my tastes, but I never claimed to be big on alien culture.
You seem awfully worried.
It's just that we don't have much downtime these days. I like being around you, but I don't want to take up your personal time.
Look, you didn't want to talk about Liara, did you? What's your real issue?
You're right. Sorry. It wasn't, Liara's not my main concern.
What is it?
Questioning any decision you've made, Shepard. Let me be clear about that. It's just my experience that once someone lets something slide, it tends to pick up speed. You get my meaning?
Talk to me, Kaiden. You got a little black rain cloud sitting over your head.
I'll try to keep the deck dry. You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
Okay. So this is when they were doing their biotic experiments, which is how he got his biotic powers, I think.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through this. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
Right.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and Ezo. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
Get your knuckles wrapped a few times, Lieutenant?
Yeah, you could say that. Our instructor was a Turian by name of Commander To introduce himself, he liked to say, "I was at the helm of the dreadnought that killed your father." Well, I told him my dad wasn't in the war. He'd retired to Vancouver. My family had an inland home that matured to new beachfront. Vernus had it in for me after that. He cut corners, pushed hard. I mean, you either came out a Superman or a wreck. A lot of kids snapped. The point of all of this, I guess, is that when you cut corners, it's not always obvious who pays for it.
Okay, but where are you going with this?
So why are you telling me this? Is there something I can do to help you get over it?
I'm 32. You don't serve as long as I have without... You also learn that if someone is special to you, you help them. Try to keep them from making mistakes.
So you think you have leave to talk like we're more than officers?
I got some signals. Maybe some stuff. I'm out of luck. Say the word.
Kaiden, you're out of line. We want Liara.
Sorry, Kaiden. This was just a battlefield thing.
There's my answer then. I'm sorry to have bothered you, Commander. I got some mixed signals. With your permission, I should return to my duties.
Oh, sorry, Kaiden. But at least we were direct and honest.
Anything, Commander?
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I'm glad there aren't many aliens like the Turian. I don't think my stomach could take it. One of my cousins has an agribusiness. I was thinking of calling him. Maybe he can get some shipments. I mean, now that they're cut off from the...
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
I will decide when we talk. Alright, last one. Let's just chat to Ashley Williams, who's not in here. I actually don't remember where she hangs out. She's downstairs, isn't she? Alright, well, let's skip Ashley Williams for now. Oh, this is the sleeping area. Or is she up the stairs? I know, we're gonna go upstairs to the command deck. And we'll head to Noveria. Start the next story mission. Is there anything we can talk to Joker about, actually? Or did we already talk to him last time?
Commander, something you need?
I have to go.
Alright, see ya.
Nope, nothing from Joker.
Yes, Commander?
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Groovy. Alright, so let's save. So the next main mission we're doing is to go to Noveria. Head to Noveria to investigate reports on the geth world. So the geth are here for some particular reason.
Message from Admiral Hackett, Commander. Patching it through.
We just received your report. Looks like this geth incursion was bigger than we thought. They were probably preparing for a major offensive in the system. We're increasing patrols in the Armstrong cluster to make sure they can't establish another foothold in the region. Nice job, Shepard. You saved a lot of human lives on this mission. Hack it out.
You're welcome, Hackett. So that was, there's like four or five planets you got to like drive around on and find the geth outposts. That's what I did before the session today. There we go, that was the last one there on the Grissom system. Cool, so Noveria is here in the Horsehead Nebula. And we're going to here. Go fight some evil robots. Noveria is a small, frozen terrestrial world, barely habitable by conventional definitions. It is privately chartered by the Noveria Development Corporation, who lease out labs to perform research too dangerous or controversial to be performed elsewhere. Given Noveria's unique situation, it is a source of many wild conspiracy theories. Well, that's where we're going to go land.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector into berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted, Normandy.
Yeah, that's right. Turn those.
Confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
You can try.
Bunch. I think I'll take my next leave here.
Cool. Let's go out and explore. So, doesn't look like the geth have invaded this place yet, but let's see. Bring the dream team as usual. Liara and Tali.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Log.
Thank you, robot.
The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Yes. Oh. The scanny drone. Well, we've chosen good attire for the most part. We're on a snow planet, so we're wearing a lot of white camouflage. Alright, let's see what's going on here in Noveria.
That's far enough.
Something wrong, officer?
You better hope there isn't.
This is an unscheduled arrival. I need your credentials.
You first.
We're the law here. Show some respect.
I'm Captain Maiko Matsuo, Ilanis Risk Control Services.
I'm a Spectre. My name is Shepard.
Load of horse crap, ma'am.
We will need to confirm that. Also, I must advise you that firearms are not permitted on Noveria. Sergeant Sterling, secure their weapons.
I think not.
It would not be wise to search for the geth unarmed.
Stand down. Their house, their rules.
I'll be behind you. That armor's in good condition?
Captain Matsuo, stand down. We confirmed their identity. Spectres are authorized to carry weapons here, Captain.
Hells yeah.
I hope the rest of your visit will be less confrontational. Parasini-san will meet you upstairs.
Behave yourself.
You behave yourself. You don't even know what you just missed.
Get out of here.
You don't know how lucky you are. Oh, this is very fancy. Look at this water feature. Love it. Love me a good water feature. Oh, no geth here, so we're just going to be roaming the planet, are we? Looking for geth activities. Oi.
Detectors, don't mind the phones.
Weapon detectors, okay.
I am Gianna Parasini, assistant to Administrator Anoleis. We apologize for the incident in the docking bay.
That is hella pink. Wow, that's a magenta outfit. Or deep, what is it, deep pink, hot pink? I don't know. Looks pretty good though.
I appreciate your help.
You're welcome. You understand our security chief was only doing her job. One of my duties is orientation of new arrivals. Do you have any questions?
Pretty heavy security for such a small port.
The executive board does everything in its power to protect the privacy of our client corporations.
I can't have my investigation hampered.
Tread lightly. The board can bury you in litigation. You'd need an Asari lawyer to see the case through.
Has anyone unusual passed through here recently?
Unusual? An Asari matriarch passed through a few days ago. Lady Benezia.
It's the one.
Benezia. She is here?
Can I speak with her?
Benezia left for the Peak 15 research complex days ago. To the best of my knowledge, she's still there.
Could you tell me how to get there?
You'll need to ask Administrator Anoleis for clearance to leave this port.
Where can I find the administrator?
His office is on the main level, left at the top of the elevator.
That's where we're going.
Can we go in now?
Of course. If you need any help, you can ask me at the administrator's office.
She is here. I can't believe it. I imagine you want to talk to me, Shepard. About my mother.
We talked about her before, but things change when you're up against something. It's her or me. Who would you shoot?
Big ultimatum.
I meant what I said before. Her actions are wrong. If you would feel safer leaving me on the Normandy, I will stay. But I would like to see her. Maybe I can persuade her to come peacefully.
I hope so. I accept your word, Liara. Let's get going.
Thank you, Shepard. That means a great deal to me.
We're putting a lot of faith in her. But yeah, I do trust her. She'll be right. And there's nothing behind here. Nope. Okay. So... Benezia is here. She's the one that's hanging out with Saren with the stacked cleavage that we keep seeing in the cinematic clips. Your baby Liara? Yeah, I love Liara. How can you not love Liara?
The galaxy's most respected site for independent scientific research and development. For your own safety and to protect the privacy of others, you are required to obey any directions given by our security personnel. If you have questions or concerns, our friendly administrative staff is always available. Thank you, and enjoy your stay.
Thanks, announcement elevator man.
The managers warned us about you.
Oh really? She's warned you about me. There's a Hanar in here. Oh, he's a merchant. Got any fat loot?
This one offers greetings. You are the Spectre that visits Port Hanshan.
I don't remember what that is.
News travels fast here.
Well, this is the port, right.
Indeed, esteemed Spectre. Your arrival was not greeted with any joy by the companies here. This one has a burden that you could ease. If an arrangement could be made, it would compensate you. This one has procured a special item for a customer. The item is not permitted within the station, but you could bring it through customs.
Oh, what is it?
You want me to use my status to smuggle for you?
That is not inaccurate.
What is it?
I won't carry anything if I don't know what it is.
This one must be discreet. Rest assured, the contents pose no threat to anyone within this port.
Where's it
I want to know
going?
where this package is going.
This one's customer prefers to remain anonymous.
I don't think so, buddy.
I'd be stupid to do this without knowing that I'm not equipping my own enemies.
Your words are not unreasonable. The customer is the Krogan called Inamorda. That one is a bounty hunter of some repute, and quick to anger. You understand this one's urgency. That other grows restless from the delay.
His nipple's not lighting up, that's his face. His face is a giant nipple. Actually, he's kind of made of nipples. There's nipples upon nipples. Wish my nipples lit up. Do we want to smuggle this random thing to a bounty hunter? That could be useful. Can we learn anything more? No. Say no, it sounds shady, or we'll do it. I'm kind of keen to do it to see what we get.
I have no problem with that.
This one humbly thanks the Spectre. The package will be delivered to your vessel. All you need do is bring it to this one. Please do not mention this to Administrator Anoleis. That one would levy fees. Is there anything else this one might help you with?
Alright, what goods have you got for me to buy?
Is there anything in particular the Spectre is looking for?
Yeah, non-human armors. I need to get some armor for Tali because she's just still got... There we go, light armor Quarian. That's not cheap, but we'll buy it. Yes, that will do. Will do. Sorted. Carry on. Carry on from the nipple man. Administrative officers are over there. Okay. We can go to a garage. Oh, then there's going to be our Mako in the garage. Rightio. Well, let's just do a quick check of the floor.
You're the Spectre, right?
Yes, I am.
Management told us not to talk.
Of course they did. Yes, the companies with all their dodgy research don't want to have anything to do with government or Spectres. Oh, extranet terminal. So... Where's this gonna go? Restricted area? Nope, can't go in there. And nothing here. That's just another lift to... I don't know where. This goes back downstairs, right? We assume.
Don't make us regret letting those guns.
Yeah. Relax, security guard, man. Relax, rent-a-cop. We're safe. Alright, where's this administrator dude? This way somewhere, right? Through here, I think. Yep. I need to do some decorating. This is very barren. This is a massive office.
How can I help you?
How large are the facilities here?
We have 17 research complexes built into the mountains. Each is a self-sufficient facility housing a staff of hundreds.
Tell me about the companies that work on Noveria.
Over 250 high-tech firms rent our labs. Major shareholders include Elanus Risk Control Services, Binary Helix, and Synthetic Insights Limited.
Haven't I seen Synthetic Insights in the news lately?
They're one of only 4 corporations licensed by the Citadel Council to develop artificial intelligence. They attract many protests. No agitators have ever breached our security. That's why they invest heavily here.
Binary Helix. They work in genetics?
BH is a leader in genetics and biotechnology. They try to keep a low profile in the media. Much of their research is in biotic modifications. That angers many Luddite, organic baseline, and fundamentalist groups.
I bet it does.
Your guards work for ERCS, don't they?
The executive board gets a discount on facility security. Elanus also develops lethal and non-lethal weapons.
Alright, where is this administrator person?
I'd like to speak to Anoleis.
One moment, please. Mr. Anoleis?
Yes, what?
Commander Shepard
is
asking to see you, sir.
Right, fine, come in.
Right, Anoleis?
You will excuse me if I don't stand up. I have no time to entertain refugees from that urban blight called Earth.
Oh, that's a bit fucking rude.
I see you looked up my service record.
Only a fool enters negotiation without knowledge of the other party's tendencies. This greeting is a courtesy. I will only cooperate as required by the executive board. Businesses come here to avoid the second guessing of galactic law.
Are you telling me you have no safety protocols?
Don't be ridiculous. Do you think a for-profit company would take no precautions against loss of life and material? Project leads have the final say here, not meddlesome politicians.
Alright. What do you know about Saren?
Do you do business with Saren?
Agent Saren? One of your Spectre compatriots? He is a major investor in Binary Helix Corporation, which is one of Noveria's backers.
Is Binary Helix developing weapons for him?
It's possible, given his interests. What our clients do in their labs is their business.
I've heard an Asari matriarch is here. Venezia?
She arrived a few days ago, accompanied by a personal escort and some cargo. She's up at Peak 15.
What do you mean by...
What do you mean, personal escort?
The phrase is self-explanatory. Bodyguards attending to the safety of her person, mainly Asari commandos.
Commandos?
What?
Odd that you shouldn't mind their presence.
They followed all our regulations. I had no reason to forbid Lady Venezia from taking them.
What can you tell me about her cargo?
Large, heavy, and sealed. It passed weapons screening. Beyond that, it is not our concern.
What brought her out here?
If I knew, I wouldn't be at liberty to say. She came here as Agent Saren's executor. She's here on business for Binary Helix. There were issues at Peak 15 that required Saren's attention.
I'd like to see her, immediately.
I'm afraid that you cannot. Peak 15 is a private facility in the Skadi Mountains. Regardless, there is a blizzard in the area. Shuttles are grounded and surface access has been cut off.
Shuttles? Oh, so we have to go on land then?
Surface access, you say?
Cut off, I said. The roads are not suitable for travel. Don't make an issue of this, Shepard.
Let him be stubborn, Shepard. I'm sure someone else here is willing to help us.
Back to my other questions.
Every minute of my time you waste costs the company 12 credits. I will keep a running tally.
Oh, let's keep wasting your time then, you knob. Alright,
I have no more questions at this time.
Good. I received a dozen urgent messages while you dithered about.
Bob. So, Peak 15, Matriarch Venezia, Saren's aide is at a remote complex called Peak 15. You need to drive out and investigate. We will do that. Really want to bust open this guy's safe. Oh wow, that's a personal armed floating turret he has. Right, he means business.
Mr. Anoleis isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan.
Aha.
You've never worked in the corporate world, have you, Commander? You can't bludgeon through bureaucracy.
All right, what would you do?
Talk to Lorik Keen. You should be able to find him at the hotel bar. Can't say more. Not within earshot of Mr. Anoleis.
Lorik Keen?
You said I should talk to Lorik Keen?
Mr. Anoleis isn't the only one with a pass to leave Hanshan. Keen spends his days at the hotel since his office was closed.
Okay.
I've taken up enough of your time.
Not at all, Spectre. This is my job, after all.
Oh well, she's helpful at least. Yeah, Bugman Solarian wasn't very helpful. Alright, so we're gonna get to the hotel bar. How do I get there?
I'm on duty, Spectre, talking to you.
So I guess we... Oh, elevator to hotel. Elevator to synthetic insights. Oh, okay. Elevator to docking bay. I want to check out what's in synthetic insights. Can we get in there? Really wish we could sprint for longer because there's a lot of running about to be done. Oops. Not respond. Synthetics is closed. Who the hell is this guy? Lily Hyrax. Oh, we're gonna go to the bar in a minute, but we might as well talk to this person since we're here.
Spectre, right?
Yeah, that's me.
I used to be a military. Except for my people, everyone's too corporate here. They just sit around sipping expensive water. So what can I do for you?
You seem like you have an ear to the ground. What's happening around here?
There's the problems up on Peak 15. Synthetics Insights was shut down by Anoleis and the Matriarch.
What sort of problems are there at Peak 15?
Geth problems, I reckon.
There's a blizzard up there, but we've had those before. Never cut the satellite uplinks before. 15's always had a lousy reputation. Nobody talks about what they do, then everyone sent up comes back a little quieter.
Do you know where that matriarch is now?
You looking for her? She took a shuttle to Peak 15 before we lost contact.
Ah, caught. So the slower running is just sort of a energy conserving sort of jog. All right, I'll settle for that. That's a good theory. I like it. It's a very smart military approach, right?
What was that about synthetic insights?
Scuttlebutt says Lorik Keen was on the take. So Anoleis shut down SI's offices, quiet-like, so no off-world lawyers come in on it.
What do you do here?
I'm the chief mechanic for Hanshan. Just call me Lee. Humans have a problem saying my foot. Got a team of 12 under me, keeping the shuttles coming and going.
How can I get into the garage?
You need a pass. You can get one from Anoleis or the managers, if you can polish enough gizzard.
Maybe you could let me borrow yours?
Sure. If I wanted to lose my job and get sued into the next spiral arm. Security tracks card use.
I have to go.
You need anything? I'll be here.
No problem. All right, let's go to the hotel, grab a drink, talk to this dude who's had his lab shut down. I don't know why. This whole place feels very corpo. Feels very dodgy corpo, like from Cyberpunk. All right, to the hotel. Lights, make my face glow. Oh, no fancy news or announcements in this lift.
Excuse me, I need a moment of your...
Do you now? This is a nice fancy place. Look at that. Awesome.
The male human at the hotel bar? He's a sales rep for Binary Helix. His name is Rafael Vargas. I need you to speak with him.
Do you know who I am?
Everyone here knows who you are, Dullstone. That makes you ideal for my job. You are a known quantity. Or so Vargas will think. He will assume you are here to investigate his company's dirty laundry. That will distract him from my real intentions.
He's right there. Why not talk to him yourself?
I wish I could. I already bungled this myself. He realized I was not a real buyer.
I don't know anything about Binary Helix. What would I talk to Vargas about?
I represent the Aramali City Council on Thessia. Our town is known for its biotic amp crafters.
What is your city's interest in Binary Helix? They do not manufacture amps.
Much of BH's work relates to biotics. There are rumors that the Noveria branch has flown in Asari biotics. Powerful ones. Commanders, to be specific. We want to assess any potential risk to Asari copyrights. You will present yourself as a buyer, on behalf of the Spectres or the Alliance. Discuss their military enhancement programs. Your real objective will be to distract him. I will give you a device that will crack into his personal wireless network. It will upload a variety of monitoring viruses. They will infiltrate Binary Helix when he logs onto their intranet.
Why do I even want to do this?
What's in it for me?
Money, of course. I would be well paid for this. So would you. 500 credits.
That's not a lot, but let's do it.
Interesting plan. I'm in.
Excellent. Here is the cracking device. You will know it is done when it beeps. I have assembled a dossier on Vargas. If you would like, I could brief you on his behavior patterns.
Tell me what you know about Vargas.
He is impatient with those who waste his time. I tried to get him distracted and off topic. He concluded I was not interested in his company's services.
Smart man.
I noticed he has a tell. When a topic makes him nervous or uncomfortable, he has a tendency to rub the back of his neck. If you see that, press him on the subject. It may distract him enough to keep him talking.
I'll go see him now.
I hope to hear from you soon.
All right, that sounds fun. Let's go be a dodgy... which one is it? Noveria, Espianage. Keep him talking. Let's do some espionage. It's at the hotel bar. Vargas. That's him in the corner there. So Frosty, you're chilling with Kitty Buffy watching the stream. Ports, are you chilling with your kitty watching the stream? And Sparkle Sauce is chilling with little baby who's doing lots of kicks watching the stream. Is your kitty kicking as well, Frosty? All right, Raphael, what's the deal?
Can I help you?
Mr. Vargas, I'm Commander Shepard, a Spectre. I understand you work for Binary Helix.
That's correct. Rafael Vargas, sales. Were you interested in our services?
I might be. That depends on what sort of offer your company can make.
It was my understanding that the Citadel contracted to a Solarian corporation for its enhancement program.
I'm sure you know that we pass a new budget every fiscal year. If it delivers a better soldier, contracts can change.
A sound business practice. Excuse my hesitation. I've never heard a government accused of good business sense. First, the boilerplate disclaimer. No genetic enhancement is guaranteed to take. We can maximize the odds, but every strand of DNA is unique. Our patented techniques can provide an 8% improvement in adrenal response, 12% faster clotting, and a measurable decrease in ZG muscle degeneracy.
I've never heard of a technique that improves zero-gravity endurance.
It's a first for the industry. The advent of element zero-based artificial gravity made it a less pressing concern. We're still waiting for tests to give us an average improvement. We estimate a 7 to 11% decrease in muscle loss. I can get you those improvements for 30K credits per head. For a bulk order, I can work in a sensory enhancement pack, guaranteed 20/15 vision, and hearing from 12 to 22,000 Hz.
How would you distribute the upgrades? Retroviral injections would take some time.
Well, it does take time to upgrade a body with adjusted DNA. Skin cells could be replaced in 2 weeks, but the liver takes over a year, and the skeleton a decade. For frontline units, we can speed the process with full system transfusions and injections to stimulate regrowth. It would still take 6 months to see results. I have to admit, it surprised me that you were here for business. There are many development projects on Noveria, some not entirely.
Ooh, I can't charm him any further.
I wear a lot of hats, Mr. Vargas. Some days I shut down criminals, some days I defuse nukes, some days I like to enjoy private vice. Understand me?
I suppose. My apologies. Your manner is rather informal for a...
Ooh, we've distracted him long enough. The thing he beeped.
Sorry, Mr. Vargas. That's a call I have to take. Thank you for your time.
Of course, Commander Shepard. We look forward to...
They do genetic enhancements. That could be useful for our line of work.
Any results?
Right, it's done.
Your toy did its job.
Excellent. I will transfer 500 credits to your account.
Only 500. All right. I thought you might have wanted to provide more since you couldn't do it yourself, I mean.
That's right.
Did I say 500 credits? I meant 750. Good day, Spectre.
Hey, we got a level up. How is... So by doing, blue charming or heroic things or heroic choices, your Paragon rating goes up, which unlocks more Paragon options in conversations. Or by being a badass, daredevil, intimidating approach, this is where you can do the Renegade. So obviously I'm focusing on Paragon. You're better off focusing on one or the other, so that when you get to difficult conversations, you've got enough points to actually succeed. Yes. So there we go. Yeah, Renegade. I got 2 Renegade points on that, but for the most part, still Paragon. I like it in Mass Effect 2 and 3, where you can actually mix them up a little bit. In where you can, get some Paragon and some Renegade options, but you're still better off focusing at least a bit. Alright, so what else we got here? Businessman. I'm a businessman. I'm doing business, man.
What sort of offer did they...
Good. Only write them down on thin strip.
Full benefits, of course.
Oh, sure. The company takes care of its own. Full insurance, paid vacations, subsidized housing. After a year, I'd start getting stock options.
You hear about the resort they've got in? At the equator. Bounce backing, diving, an accredited ASA Eurofield.
If you like that sort of thing, I'd rather admire the view.
Alright, that's the dude there we need to talk to, but let's just check. Anything else to be found? Does not look like it. And nothing here apart from a pretty little concrete garden. And I keep thinking those... Or maybe they are steps. No, they're not steps. These are steps, though. Where's this going to lead to? Don't know, but let's have a quick look. Because that's the rule of playing role-playing games, right? You gotta... Oh, man.
I'm sorry. The hotel is off limits to those without a corporate account.
Okay, so that's the actual inside of the hotel. Rightio.
Don't hang up. Elder brother, it's me. I'm on Noveria now. I can't talk long. This call is costing 10 credits a minute. It's real time from the truth. Did you think it would be cheap? I need some information. There's an issue. Synthetic insights? The manager, Laura Keene. He got caught with his toes wet. The office is closed by Hanshen's administrator. I need you to see what you can find out about... Are you ready for his name? Ronadril Gan Swa Folsum Keratin Nar Ead Belanolet.
That is a long name.
No, that's the administrator. The Hanshen administrator. Well, think about it. A Turian wouldn't risk getting his office closed. They don't compromise. That's drilled into them from boot camp. I think the administrator is using this Keene fella to draw flies from his own... Of course I could look it up myself. But do you think I'm likely to get any unfiltered data through Noveria's own network? That, and it would take forever for any out-system search results to get back here. Thank you, Elder Brother. I have to go. Yes. I'll speak to you soon.
Right, well... Not any info that we can use specifically, but... the administrator possibly doing something dodgy. There's a Krogan. Yeah, dodgy business. Business, Courts. Business.
What do you want?
What's that you're drinking?
Human blood with cinnamon. Find someone else to bother. What do you want?
Uphold. Oh, this is the guy who wants the package. I thought we had to take it somewhere.
I've heard Opold has something for you.
Like I care that you know? You his courier or something?
Yes, but I haven't picked up his cargo yet.
Sit down a minute. I have a business proposal. I'm paying the Hanar more than I want. I'll bet he's paying you less than you want. Sell it to me directly.
I'll consider your offer.
We'll make the right decision.
Okay. I've got to go to my ship to pick up that. Oh, okay. Oh, what's this? Security unit control. Let's hack security, because why not? Oh. It's not easy. But we got it. Alright, we've disabled security at Synthetic Insights. That's the closed lab downstairs. What is this? Just a random terminal. Security logs. Unauthorized transmission. Not sure if you will receive this, Doctor, but it's imperative you make your way to the safe location. Your history with our organization has been leaked. Your base in the Newton system is no longer secure. I repeat, make your way to the safe location immediately. What is that? Doctor at risk. Get to the Newton system in the Kepler Verge and warn the Doctor. Okay, so we're warning a Doctor at some point. Go get the package from the Normandy. Okay.